Well, I also think, especially when you have teenagers,
Totally.
when you think about motivational as a part of human development, one of the biggest things that you and I talk about is with them is intrinsic versus extrinsic motivations. Because when they're teenagers or even middle school now, the extrinsic stuff becomes so overwhelming and so important to them that they can start to lose sight of
so true
that internal thing that keeps them going, the kind of person they want to be, the way they want to show up in the world. So I think when you say, and I also think people totally don't even think about motivational as a part of,
it doesn't even
they think
factor.
Of the three, right? Physical.
They barely even think of the three.
Well, true. But I also think we work against that a little bit because I know when I was growing up, which I know what my age is and all of that, I was taught be good at something.
Yeah.
And so you get this one thing idea. So you're an athlete or you're a professor or you're this or you're that. And there wasn't a lot of emphasis on this whole human being in that sense, in that way.
Yeah, and again, it's like you've got to embrace the paradox of things. I always talk about paradox and reconciliation of paradox. It's really powerful. It's a great thing to be really good at one thing, but at the expense of being somewhat well-rounded, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I always think of, if I'm going to mimic somebody, I want to talk to them on their deathbed. In other words, if I'm going to adopt something that somebody that I go, God, that person's really cool, they're doing cool things. Yeah, it might look cool today. Right. It might look like something I want to adopt today, but I want to hear from them on their deathbed.
Yeah,
whether or not they regret, whether or not they wish they had a little more, not balance, but well-roundedness, whether or not they had more awareness of why they were doing what they were doing, or were they just chasing these essentially dragons in themselves to fulfill some hole that was missing, or, and if we just get a little bit of metacognition and awareness of our thinking and our emotional state, sometimes those motivations can really be changed for the better, because we can say, of course, like everybody, I want to achieve that thing. Yeah. But why do I want to achieve that thing? And how much pain do I want to suffer to achieve that thing? And is it because other people extrinsically are going to give me I'm one of those orca whales? Am I going to get a Scooby snack?
No, it's a fish. Orca whales get fish, not Scooby snacks.
Well, right.
Metaphorically,
the fish are Scooby snacks. That's true. I guess technically a Scooby snack is a dog biscuit.
Yeah.
But to an orca, a fish is a Scooby snack. Right. So, what was I don't even know what I was saying.
You're talking about extrinsic versus, at the end of your life, what have you missed? What do you wish you had done differently? I also think it goes back into either or versus and both. You can be all of those things: physical, cognitive, emotional. Know about your motivations. You don't have to have, a lopsidedness where you're only really, really good at one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be really good at one of them, but you should also pay attention to
Or you can be good at one thing and have those general skills, right?
Yes.
I've studied the same thing for my entire life. So, pretty locked in.
Specialized,
super specialized.
Yeah.
Almost as a hobby, I've tried to work on these Vitruvian well-roundedness. And I would say, as one of the core principles of us raising our children, we try to raise them in a way that's more Vitruvian.
Yes.
Because I think society can cause them to be very not Vitruvian.
Yes, that's
right.
That's what I was saying.
Alina was really great at school. And, Cornell kind of took that and ran with it when she went to Cornell. Mm-hmm. And in many ways, it was a disservice to her, because she ignored her body. She just ignored all those other things.
Well, another way to think about that
for 4 years, and the system encouraged her to do it.
Yes.
And I don't think that was necessarily good for her overall development.
To become only focused on that piece.
And to be only
because in high school and middle school, she was doing different types of sports.
Totally, she was doing sports and all kinds of things. Yeah.
Yeah, had other things going on. Yeah, but Cornell was pretty centrally focused.
So society can have this influence on you to be like, oh, we're going to give you snacks, and And that's why motivational is so important,
Yeah.
because you go, wait a minute, like how important are these snacks? And like maybe I need my internal snacks.
Yeah.
Because those internal snacks, like you said, are way better in the
Yeah.
long run than the external snacks.
Plus, I'm pretty sure actual Scooby snacks are goop.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
all
actual
Scooby
Scooby
snacks. But
You know, they
unless they're
actually
for
make-
orca, and then that's pretty good protein.
If it's a fish, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but I'm
we've
saying,
already
like, if you're in the
established that
grocery
an orca
store,
Scooby snack is
I'm
a
not
fish.
kidding you. The people, I guess it's Warner Bros. No, whoever does Scooby Doo, they realized that people were starting to use Scooby snacks and regular. They actually now have produced a box of dog treats called Scooby.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, which was not the case when we were younger. They were not.
Which, by the way, Goop is expansive because, like all dog food today, except for these special dog foods that cost $1 million,
Yeah.
is
the one we-
effectively goop.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I mean, like, it's not good for dogs, just like it's not good for human.
No.
And they all say, like, oh, this is the best one. And the veterinary people recommend it.
Yeah.
You're like, you're this hyper-focused person,
Mm-hmm.
and you're recommending essentially goop for dogs.
Well, and then they want to treat all of their allergies with meds
Exactly.
because the dogs are like scratching
Same
themselves.
system
And
as we have. Like,
we're doing
poison
the dogs
them on
what
the
we're
front
doing to
end,
humans.
poison them on the front end,
Treat it on the
and
end.
treat it on the back end and make money in both cases.